Good afternoon and welcome to Boston Asian Radio and TV English Daily News today. I am your host, Lei. Here's a look at the top stories making headlines today. A federal appeals court tossed Varsity Blues convictions of two parents in nationwide college admissions scandal. Many immigrants expected to come to Massachusetts when Title 42 expires today. One arrested after teen shot at park in Chelsea, Massachusetts. Massachusetts High Court upholds $37 million judgment for woman who smoked Marlboro Lights, got cancer. 9 arrested in climate protest inside House chamber. A federal appeals court tossed Varsity Blues convictions of two parents in nationwide college admissions scandal. A federal appeals court overturned the convictions of two parents accused of paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in bribes to get their children into elite colleges in the Varsity Blues college admissions scandal on Wednesday. In a 156-page ruling, the U.S. First Circuit Court of Appeals overturned all conspiracy, bribery and fraud convictions against Gamal Abdulaziz, 65, a former Las Vegas casino executive, and John B. Wilson, 63, a Linfield and Hyannisport real estate private equity investor. Only Wilson's false tax return conviction was upheld. The court noted that the government alleged that Wilson and Abdulaziz conspired to commit two types of mail and wire fraud: honest services fraud by using their payments to deprive universities of the honest services of their employees, and property fraud by depriving universities of admission slots. Many immigrants expected to come to Massachusetts when Title 42 expires today. Immigrants are expected to flood over the U.S.-Mexican border as Title 42 ends on Thursday, many of them expected to come here. Thielman is the CEO of the IINE. He says they help migrants get settled and apply for benefits once they arrive. And he says the real surge is coming. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu says the city is already seeing 40 to 60 migrants a day looking for food, shelter, and services. "We are a city that will always step up when there is need. But this is significant," said Wu. "We've enrolled in the last week at least 150 people from Haiti in services," Thielman said. "They have put money into the state budget to help migrants coming into the state. They are aware of the fact the shelter system is overwhelmed right now," said Thielman. Thielman was in Washington, D.C. today, meeting with Senator Markey asking for help and better coordination with state and federal officials. One arrested after teen shot at park in Chelsea, Massachusetts. At least one person is in custody after a 16-year-old was shot at a park in Chelsea, according to police in the Massachusetts city. Chelsea Police Chief Keith Houghton said the shooting happened at about 5 p.m. Wednesday in Boston Park. The teenage victim, who was not identified, suffered a gunshot wound to the foot and was taken to Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries, according to Houghton. Houghton said Chelsea police officers were searching the area for two male suspects in connection with the area. The Chelsea Police Department tweeted shortly after 7:30 p.m. that one person was arrested in connection with the shooting. That suspect has not been identified. A second arrest in the shooting was not reported by police. Investigators also searched the neighborhood for home security cameras that may have captured footage of the shooting or the suspects. Massachusetts High Court upholds $37 million judgment for woman who smoked Marlboro Lights, got cancer. The Massachusetts Supreme Court affirmed a nearly $37 million verdict for a woman who claimed she developed cancer after switching to Marlboro Light cigarettes. On Tuesday, the Supreme Judicial Court unanimously ruled that Patricia Walsh Green might have smoked less or quit sooner if Philip Morris hadn't convinced her that Marlboro Lights were safer. The court wrote that Philip Morris claimed Marlboro Lights had lower tar and nicotine and were healthier than normal cigarettes. The court stated Philip Morris never informed consumers that late 1970s internal research suggested that Marlboro Lights smoke was more likely to damage DNA and cause cancer. The court stated Green had lung cancer in 2013 that progressed to her brain in 2018, needing many surgeries and radiation. Green sued Philip Morris in 2015. In 2021, Green won a civil conspiracy judgment against the firm. 9 arrested in climate protest inside House chamber. 9 protesters from a Boston climate action group were arrested on trespassing charges Wednesday after occupying the Massachusetts House Gallery after the joint session ended for the day. The protesters, who were part of the local chapter of activist group Extinction Rebellion, occupied the gallery for more than 5 hours after the legislature, which was taking part in a constitutional convention, ended its business around 11 a.m. 6 men and 3 women were arrested. They will be arraigned at Boston Municipal Court on the charge of trespassing on state property, state police said in a statement. Activists want the legislature to outlaw fossil fuel infrastructure and stop in several Massachusetts communities. A fossil fuel plant in Peabody, and an Eversource gas line expansion in western Massachusetts. They'd also object to the approval of a natural gas facility in Charlton. Stay tuned for more updates on Boston news as it develops.